Last week we talked about the marketing flywheel, where you have your audience, you have your message, you have the platform you deliver it on, you have the consistency of delivering that message, and then you refine and deliver that message over and over, right? To the audience, to the platform, consistently get that message right, what the audience wants. This week, we're tying into what is that message? What is the messaging? How do we decide what that message is? And then how do we create the content around that? And so that comes directly from the AI, or from that comes directly from the Start Something kit, where it dives deep into messaging and refining your message and figuring out what your message is. And then it also dives into content creation and how do we decide what our content is and what kind of stories are we telling, or what exactly is our content that we're creating to get that message out. I've been thinking a lot about messaging, and we talk about messaging like your message is so simple to come up with. And for established businesses, it is. But if you're new, or you're starting something new, or maybe you're just starting a new campaign, that messaging can be the trickiest part. And it is something that takes time and it takes refining. And that's a strength where AI can come in and help. AI, as we've talked about, is not creative, but it is iterative, and it can help with the brainstorming. So if there's specific prompts we can use, and we share those in the AI Field Growth newsletter, we share a lot of tactics and a lot of prompts on how to develop some of these things. But the core is your message has to match your audience. What you're trying to say has to match your audience, and it's not going to the first try. It might not even match at the 5th try. And that's why we want to go through and test and layer and figure out what your message is and how we communicate that to your audience. Zach.
Hey.
How's it going?
Great.
Good. Hey, I've been thinking about this.
Nice.
This being content.
That is what this is.
Right? I mean, we're creating content right now, but I've been thinking about working with our customers, working with customers on developing their content and how we break that down into some pretty specific stages. In fact, if you think about it, you can break all content down into basically 3 big categories.
Yeah.
Do you want to guess what 3 I'm thinking of?
I know what 3 you're thinking of.
Do you? All right.
It's proof, value, and story.
Let's break them down quickly so we don't bore people to death. But proof. When I think of proof, when I break them down into these big categories, I'm thinking like a remodeler showing before and after photos.
Yeah.
Right? Visual proof. It looked like trash. I did great work. It looks awesome now.
Easy.
Right? Value. What would be a good example of value? These are the things that this product does, and here's why it's worth what you're going to spend on it, right? We're telling the value story of the product. It might be a service, right? I am the best CPA, right? And here's why, though. Here's the value that we provide. We've saved clients thousands on taxes because of this service that we provide. This is our value proposition, right? My personal favorite, though, is story.
Yeah.
I know it's yours too.
It happens to be mine as well. Yeah.
And I love telling stories.
Yeah.
I love inviting people into the story. I love coming up with the story. What is the story of this product, or what is the story of this service?
Yeah.
And I think it's because it connects with people, but it connects us into the customer too.
Yeah.
What do you like about story?
Everybody loves a good story, and a well-told story is able to connect with a multitude of audiences, and so that's obviously what you want from your client base, is you want to connect with a lot of different people. But then I love that story is also like a good vehicle for the other two. Like, I can tell you, this is what I do and I'm good at it, and here's a picture of the before and after. But if there's a story about it, if we do it in a way that draws people into the story of this, like the example you gave, the story of this remodel, the family that needed this extra space, or whatever it is, that connects with people way more than just the product before and after. So I like that it's a vehicle for the proof and for the value, especially from like what we do, videos and content in that form. So yeah, I like it.
I agree. I think when we talk about these three big buckets, I also think like how can we use and how do we utilize AI to help develop these? Yeah. And I know you and I have talked about it, and neither of us likes AI from a creative standpoint. Right? But we do like AI from a brainstorming standpoint. So is brainstorming creative or not?
Yeah, it can be. Yeah.
There's a balance there, but I feel like the creativity has to be to bring in this story or this overall aspect, and then using AI to help us develop that, help us brainstorm deeper into the story. It's also helpful, you know me, I'm usually thinking way farther ahead than I'm talking.
Sure.
And so I will throw things that seem way out of left field, especially with customers sometimes, because I've been thinking about something a lot, right? And so using AI to kind of analyze our messaging in that, our story, that it makes sense to someone who's not involved in the day-to-day. Is a huge component. I think is super useful. Analyzing the content that we are putting out there, to have AI review that and say, if you don't know anything about what we do, does this story make sense? Does this proof, whether it might be social proof too, which we didn't talk about on the proof side. On the proof, we talked about before and after photos, but there's also social proof. So being reviews or being video reviews from people who've tried a product or used a product and sharing, here's proof that this works, or this is proof that there was success by using this, I think is extremely important too. But I do like how you talked about tying it back into the story. The other part that I just want to dive into a little bit is when we're delivering content, like we break down, and in our workshops we break down more on content, but one of the buckets we like to put when we're planning a social media calendar, we like to have behind the scenes as a section. Like we're gonna share behind the scenes from a business, and it's a way of connecting customers to a business, to knowing we are real, we exist, we're normal people. I think that's a spot that story can really tie in. Where we have to have call to action that most businesses have to have buy now, right?
This thing.
But that behind the scenes can be fun to pull that story in.
Absolutely.
Awesome. I got to think a little more on that, and we can dive in. It's something that we'll definitely be sharing some prompts and some tactics through the AI Field Growth newsletter too. Awesome. We better get back to work.
I think so.
shots inside too, or just out there?
Oh gosh. You want to shoot something inside?
I decided to take pictures.
Yeah, we're filming for a little YouTube video. When we talk about our marketing flywheel, we talked about that a little bit last week. We always want to determine our audience first, but then we have to determine what the message is for that audience. And how we communicate to each audience matters. The words we use, the terminology we use, the graphics that we use makes a difference. And so it's easy to say this is our message. We have our tagline or our vision or our mission, or maybe it's our benefits of our product that we communicate, but the message needs to be a little tighter than that, and it's hard to come up with. I've spent time where I've been sitting teaching a class and talking about message, and I'll have a moment where I freeze and I'm not even sure what our message is at this moment. Or I'll have the opposite happen often. I'll have a light bulb moment, like this is how we communicate what we do for our audience, whether it's the Start Something Kit or one I had recently, our newsletter, AI Fueled Growth, where part of this cinematic vlogcast is coming. That's maybe part of our message, but that we share these tactics, we share these AI tactics weekly that can help you grow your business, help you find that messaging, and the message matters. The message matters almost as much as it matters what audience you're communicating that to.
All right.
And if you go down the sidewalk,
I go down.
how's it going?
It's going super well.
Nice catch.
Thank you. Yeah. Jeez. What broke off there?
I wonder if this wasn't quite
Quite on there. Jeez.